hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy regardless where you are. And here we would just like to talk about some of the possible solutions that might be able to help with business operations during this period. So first, we would like to reintroduce our GV Cloud Center and GV Notify mobile solution. This cloud service has actually been released for a few years' time now, and has mostly been applied to retailing environment. However, we find this extremely useful during the specific period where people are expected to be working from home with a very short notice. So the reason being that the solution is extremely easy to set up, even for non-tech savvy users. So all you need to do is register for a GV Cloud Center account from our website, sign in from GV VMS, download the GV Notify mobile application on your phone, and sign in using the same account as well. And then there you go. You will have the solution running in no time. So the main thing about this solution is that there's no port forwarding needed. And you'll be able to receive push notifications, watch live views and playbacks on your mobile phone. So for users that don't have enough time to go through the complication of IT infrastructure change before attending working from home, this is absolutely the solution to go for, especially that the solution is free of charge. So this provides small business owners and security operators to stay operational in video surveillance, even when they're working from home. So if you do have existing customers running on GV VMS and is looking for a quick way to gain remote access to it, then this is definitely the solution to go for. So this is what you need to do. Down here, this is the link of our GV Cloud Center login page. After getting to the login page, on the bottom left corner, there's the option for create account. After clicking on that, you can just sign up using any one of your email address. So once this is done, you will have to go into your GV VMS software. Go to the live view, click on Tools, Network, and then select Connect to GV Cloud Center. And after that, this login prompt should pop up. And then before signing in, there's the option of configuring what type of events you would like to receive push notifications for. So after that, in this case, you can see that motion event and video loss events are being selected. So after that, you can enter in your login credential and click on connect. And once done, GV VMS will connect to our GV Cloud Center service. Now, what you need to do is download the GV Notify app on your mobile application. And then this is the login prompt. This is what you see after starting up the app. And again, you can just enter in the credential, the same one that you used for your GV VMS. And after tapping on the login button, you will be able to see the VMS system connected along with its camera channels. So after tapping on the camera channels, you will be able to view its live view. And also, you will be able to receive push notifications based on the pre-configured events. Okay, so again, this solution is completely free to use with the above described features. So, give it a go if it may help your customers in any way. Okay, so the next thing we would like to talk about is the contactless access control solution. As you guys know, being contactless with unnecessary object is probably one of the key to lower the chances of being in contact with the coronavirus. So GeoFishing offers two methods of door control that requires completely no need of the person touching any sort of devices. So first is through our facial recognition cameras, so the VD8700 or the FD8700 camera. This camera can be connected to the door controller through our GVFWC converter, as mentioned before. And when registered users are recognized by the camera, doors can be unlocked based on the granted user permission. Now, the second option is to use an infrared button. So unlike conventional push button, this infrared button allows the user to just wave their hand to unlock the door. A lot of the application involves one-way access control only, for an example, offices or storefronts. So in cases like these, people usually install facial recognition camera to control the entry and use infrared button to allow easy exit. And this is exactly what we have been doing for our headquarter office in Taiwan. Okay, and next one, this one here is a simple crowd control solution that we've come up with. So social distancing has actually become the key to fighting the virus, and being able to control the capacity of essential retailing environment has become very important. As you guys can see here in the illustration, let's say if the maximum number of shoppers allowed inside the store is set to be 50. So once the camera installed at the entrance detects the count of incoming customers, in this case 2, it adds the incoming count to the currently staying count, which is currently at 48. And once the maximum is reached, which is 50 in this case, an IO signal to trigger the connected signage is sent, indicating full capacity of the store has been reached, and people need to wait for the in-store count to go below the threshold before they can actually enter it again. So this is a very simple solution that we have come up with, and this solution here uses 3 geofishing products. So the IP camera that does people counting, a PoE NVR, which we call the standalone NVR or SNVR, does the calculation for the in-store customer count and setting the threshold. An I/O box for controlling the signage board or any other sort of indicator. And so the IP camera is connected to the SNVR through Ethernet cable, and from the Ethernet cable to the I/O box, it's connected using conventional copper wiring to trigger the signage connected. Okay, so here's the list of the component. And as said before, the IP camera does the people counting at the entrance and exit, and it should be installed at around 3 to 5 meters above the ground. And the SNVR unit is for monitoring the number of current shoppers in real time and controls the signage board to indicate if the shop can take more customers. Now, the I/O box is actually optional. So if your output device is actually capable of taking in digital input, then there's no need of the I/O box. Also, please note that in order to use this crowd solution, special firmware needs to be applied to the IP camera and the SNVR unit. So please just keep in mind that, the official released firmware for the IP camera and SNVR cannot be used to achieve what's being introduced here. So this is why I've added -X at the end of each model name to distinguish them from the officially released version. So if you're actually interested in the solution, please send a request to our sales representative, and then they shall be able to reply you with more information regarding the solution. Okay, and this is just how the camera for counting should be installed. As you can see, it should be installed near the entrance, and the camera lens should be facing downwards, looking straight into the shop floor. And again, if you're interested in this type of solution for crowd control, please talk to our sales team. And because we also do have another alternative solution through using 3D people counter, and that can provide similar functionality as well. So yes, please do let us know if you have any interest. Okay, next, cybersecurity. So, as most of you are aware, in April, Anviv has officially banned Hikvision and Dahua from conforming Anviv products. According to Anviv, this is to punish the 2 major manufacturers for their association with the Chinese government on human rights abuses and violations through video surveillance applications. The incident again brings up the topic of cybersecurity and privacy concerns of video surveillance equipment, especially the IP cameras. So we would just like to emphasize that GeoVision since 3 years ago have started strengthen our IP camera security measures against possible vulnerability, both physically and software-wise. So we have been building our measures around these 5 domains. So system security, concerns about the firmware and web management of the IP camera. Communication protocol, concerns about the protocol used for communication between the server and client. Authentication and authorization refers to the encryption process between the server and client, and control over user permission and password strength. Privacy protection is about the security of video streaming, video recordings, and video playbacks. And physical security is about the exterior design and physical connections. Okay, and also we have been working closely with a Taiwan-based security standard certifier called TAICS, which stands for Taiwan Association of Information and Communication Standards. So this is an association aiming at helping different industries to better improve their products to meet the common global standards. Just like the well-known international standards CC and UL, TAICS provides product certifications to indicate products' conformance to the regulated standards. Also, TAICS is not yet internationally recognized. It does provide our users with assurance that GeoVision's IP camera is also not perfected, but conform to a very strict level of cybersecurity standard. So in order to see what models we have sent in for conformance testing, we can actually go to the official website of TAICS. So this is the link down here. And on the right hand side, you see there's a link for all the certified products. And here, as you can see, a list of all the cameras that has been conformed. Okay, so currently we have 13 models that have obtained the TAICS certification in video surveillance cybersecurity. And as you can see, 3 of the FD cameras, the face detection series, have been certified. And thus, if you're actually thinking of using these face detection cameras with GVVMS 18.1 for face detection and face search, you will have less of a concern on having sensitive data hijacked through security vulnerabilities. Okay, and last, we would like to talk about social distancing again. So we have actually been looking into and experimenting with a function that can support the practice of social distancing. So as shown in this image, we are not actually trying to measure the exact distance between 2 people. Instead, we are using the height of the person object as the indicator for defining the proper social distancing area. So as you guys can see here, the red circular marking around each person defines the social distancing area of the specific person. So the height of the person to area diameter ratio doesn't have to be fixed to 1:1. It can actually be set to 1:2 or 1 to 2.5 based on the country's regulation. So for an example, for countries setting 2 meters as the social distance, you might want to use a 1:2 height to diameter ratio. Okay, and so when 2 areas overlap one another, alarm shall be triggered indicating social distancing has been compromised. And we are actually looking at releasing this function by the end of June. So please do let us know on any relevant information, suggestions, or if there's any already received requests or any sort of applications that this functions can be implemented into. We would actually to incorporate your thoughts into our function design, so it will actually be more user friendly and fit right into the market once it's released. Okay, so these are what GeoVision is able to contribute to helping our users through the pandemic. And Yes, now it's the Q&A session again, so please feel free to ask any questions regarding any of the topics that have just been presented. Again, I will be consolidating all the questions at the end of the webinar and email them to our partners. So, please don't worry about it if I've missed answered any of the questions you've typed in the chat room, and just leave us your email address and we will definitely get back to you.